everyone, it's Kristi. Welcome back. We are working on our stacked and staggered journal, the Rosewood stacked and staggered journal. All the information that you will need for kit, paper-wise, ephemera, etc., and inspiration, those are all in the description box. So, last time we were working on this, we did it together, and we layered in these pages, and I suppose I should come along here and double check that nothing's glued in. This one I did along the edge of that paper. It does lay down a little bit better, but I don't know if that's because I came in here and did this. We'll see. The one thing I did notice is that it did skew. See how it skewed over to the edge? You can kind of fix that just by kind of bending it, or going back and opening all the pages one by one by one by one by one. You can get them semi lined up. I'm not too worried about that. We had a bag in this one. This one I didn't pay attention to where I was putting what, so it's kind of crazy order. But I think it looks really cool. I do like it. I wish I'd have used a double-sided music there, but we'd probably just put something over it, maybe some washi. Yeah, I think it looks really cool. You can definitely write. It's very flat. I'm anxious to see how it is when it's stacked. So we have stacked the pages. We haven't stacked the individual journals yet, but yeah, nothing glued. That's part one. I did run a piece of lace across here to cover this going out to the edge, which, I don't know, it wouldn't have been a big deal, but I think it looks better with the lace. And then so we did that one together, and then I did this one, and I put this on the first page. Now I haven't gone through here, so I'm hoping nothing is glued together. So this glue, and I will say I came in here this morning and the glue did not want to come out of the bottle even after I removed that little plug at the end, and I just took the cap, because the cap has a needle, and put the cap back on, twisted it, pulled it out. It works fine, so no issues. I took this larger, what do you call that, dispenser tip, it said refillable bottle, and I put Elmer's Craft Bond all purpose in here. We'll see how that works. It's a little bit thicker, so I know it won't go in the other one. So there we go. And then some of these I've made thinner or wider, you know, but I just love these. These are really cool. And then of course I used the flip for that envelope, and yeah. So there, yeah, that's that one. And I did not come along here with, you can see how this one kind of completely moved when I flattened out those pages, because it was pretty stacked. But as you and I cut these slightly smaller, so I cut these a little bit smaller than the mat size by 1/4 of an inch, and I like that better than this one. So I have this piece is sticking out, but not as much, and I also have that piece of lace on there, so that one lays pretty flat. This one is the one, we'll see. I just finished this a few minutes ago, so I'm going to start at the back just to make sure everything lays flat. But see, when I go like this, I can see it skew on the spine, and that's okay, because that's what makes it lay flat so that you can write. Yeah, this one's, This is so fun. I really enjoyed putting these together. Now this bag was too big to do the fold back like I did on this one. I don't know if I showed you that. But on the first one, I put it in. This one, I folded it back and I made a pocket back here with the flap. That's how I attached it and just glued the sides. I think no, it's glued down pretty good. So we'll have a pocket there on the middle size one. But this one was too wide, so I just folded it in half and then added hinges, and now we have two pockets there. So there we go there. There again, I should have used that other double-sided, but that's okay. Not the end of the world. We can put washi or something if we don't like it. This is that kids writing paper, and there we go. All right, so I'm going to come in here and press that down. I don't know why this one feels so much thicker when it has the exact same thing inside. The only difference for this one was this. This was too big and it was the right height, but I cut the flap that came with it and made my own flap. And and because I had glued it shut, it is double thickness. That's the only thing that's different in here. I don't know, it's interesting. All right, so this one wants to stay up a little bit, and you know, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Well, I may have to come back and fix that one. That one pulled off a little bit, so I'll have to come in there and fix that, but that one might just be a matter of me pinching, yeah, a little bit better. All right, so what we want to do here is we want to attach these together. Now, I think on the original they put lace around. I'm not sure how to do that with the different sizes, so I went ahead and just added a 1/4 inch strip, the same pattern, so that it would match. And then I think we'll just attach them on. So I'm going to, I really didn't need to cover that piece. Oh well. So I'm going to come along here. And just a heads up, this project is glue intensive, so I've used quite a bit of this. And this is a 2-ounce bottle, so it's not the greatest bang for your buck, except for the fact that we're using a small spout there. Nozzle, that's the word I'm looking for, nozzle. So I just want to make this thick enough so I don't have to worry about that connection coming apart. This is really good glue from what I can see so far. So I think we'll be okay. And I am going to attach this at the bottom. Just like that. Make sure I'm lined up. Make sure I'm lined up there. Give it a second. Make sure I'm where I need to be there. I'm thinking I don't know if it'll meet that, but I probably should open this and put a clip. I think it's pretty good. It seems to be. And then we have that pocket there. That's why we only attached it on the 3 sides. A little bit of glue. Okay. Now we're going to do the same while this is drying. My concern is right here. I want to make sure that's good and attached right here. So I'm just going to put a little clip there, and I don't think this is going to reach, but maybe those little pieces. All right, just do that for a moment while I'm adding the glue to this. I don't want any glue here. So how is everyone's day going? I have been actually pretty productive. Yesterday I got 2 videos finished and edited and uploaded, which is an all-day event. And today, well, today I worked on these journals, the medium and the small section, to get those done. All right, give that a second. This does catch pretty quick, so I'm sure this is gonna be fine. Not like we can't go back and add glue if we need to. So how does this go together? It goes this way. Okay. We're going to go at the bottom again. And on the side. Just lining everything up, making sure it's where it should be. And I'm going to open that carefully so I can press everything down. So we have this pocket between this one and this one. We have pocket between that one and that one. So that's the 2 extra pockets in between that we have. So I'm going to let this dry for just a minute or 2 and make sure everything's connected, and I'll be back. Okay, I think that's pretty good and dry. Now that piece that I ripped, I went ahead and put some tape in there, and I added some here as well. And that is this tape. It is 6 rolls is how it came. 10 millimeter by 33 millimeter, 108 foot. I don't know, but anyway, it's for heat transfer vinyl something. I got this from Gail Agostinelli's favorite things list because she said it was on there. I would like a wider one. I don't know if it exists, but I was going to look for it. But I really do like this. It's fun. So that's what I used for that, and I may add some more later, but for right now let's do these other pockets that I pulled out. I'm going to start in the back, all the way on the back cover, inside back cover. There we go. And I think I want this to just kind of flip up. I don't know if we'll put a pocket. It might be fun to have like a pocket and have this where it goes down and kind of tucks in. I'm not sure about that at the moment. I just want to get these on there, and then we'll decorate them as we go. But let's get those on, and the way I want to do that is I'm going to score them. So where's my scoring tool? I want this to be about 1 inch in, because I don't want, well, there's no fold line on it for one thing. I don't want it right up against here, and I think they come out, let's see, so 7, almost 3/4. So if I do 6 3/4, that puts me right about here. I think that's good. So let's do 6 3/4. We may have to adjust that smaller one, but that's gonna go. Do you want it like that? No. We're going to put it on the page like this. Yeah. Okay. Same thing. I'm going to score them all, and if we have to adjust the other one, we will. carefully because I don't know how strong this. These, I guess they're coin envelopes or jewelry. I'm not quite sure. I'm not sure where they came from. Sometimes I'll see something on a video and I'll order it and I don't even remember. I need to stop doing that. It costs me a lot of money. Okay, so let's do this back cover here. And I'm just going to attach. I'm going to attach it right to the top. Because if we put a pocket in here, we would be able to tuck that if we wanted to, and then we could put something behind it even if we wanted. So I'm gonna get the glue on here. I haven't cut out all of that ephemera. I was gonna pull out my scan and cut and see if I could do it. Because I know that that's how Pink Monarch Prints does theirs. So if I've had good luck with most of their stuff. Alright, so let's put this somewhat centered, a little bit maybe to the right. But I definitely want it inside that cover reveal. Alright, and then I want it straight on this side. Basically, I want it straight on this side, not worried about the inside. Envelopes and things like that are never straight. And you can see that it's already attached. So, no more adjusting. Alright, let's do the second one the same. This should fit pretty good. A little bit closer to the spine with this one. I'm going to leave that 1/2 inch down there. I'll pull this over here. Okay. You don't have to really worry about cleaning that little pink pad down there because when you stick this down there, it kind of pulls it up sometimes. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it so far, except for the price of the glue. I'm a little bit of a cheapskate where that's concerned, but we'll see. We'll see how long it lasts and then we'll worry about it. So I'm going to bring this maybe about a 1/2 inch in. I don't want it right up against the spine, so that works. I really like these pockets. I'll make sure that glue, or sorry, tape is good and adhered. Okay, I think that's good. And now the short one. Let's see how that's going to work. It's bigger than this, so the bottom, for sure, it would take up the whole piece if I did that. Because it's glued down, I mean, I really didn't need that piece to be matted, but if I did it like that, and we still have access to that pocket, but I'm thinking I need to score this. Maybe should cut off the bottom and glue the bottom, because I don't really, I don't want to come up against that. I want to have enough room. So let's cut off 3/8 of an inch. Let's cut off 3/8 of an inch off the bottom. So there's 3 right there. And we could redo the bottom, or we could just glue the bottom shut, and I think I'm just going to glue it shut. Just like that. Okay. Now, if I attach that to the top, it's going to be just about right. And it is going to stick over just a tad, but I'm not worried about that. So let's get it on. Let's get it glued on. I think I've probably used half this glue bottle already. A lot of people have complained that it stops working about halfway through, but I'm noticing if it stops working, if I let go and then re-squeeze, it's kind of like when the glue doesn't get to the tip, you know, on a regular glue bottle. So I think I'll turn it around so I can actually see what I'm doing, get it lined up correctly, make sure that these pages all close. Yeah. So that's attached there. Okay. So I did need to mat that because it's not attached all the way down. So yeah. There we go. You know, I'm just making it up as I go, so I'm not sure. I think this might have to have some kind of a vertical closure because of the lace. I'm not sure yet what I want to do. I do like the way it looks on the back with just that little bit of reveal there with the lace. I'm not going to do anything to the back. But, okay, so what do we want to do? Let's put something in these pockets. And I do want to make sure that, yeah, see, so I still have that. So that pocket is probably needs to be what I'm putting in it, 3 by 5.5. So let's find something 3 by 5.5. And I also discovered that enlarging these, they're too large. So the regular size that they had will work fine. But, you know, I've got them for another project. That's okay. So, not those. Those are the medium size ones. One of these would work. That would be real pretty on there, wouldn't it? Got that. Now I did back all these with that same. And then as I started running out of ink, red ink, it did this. And you know what? I'm not going to worry about it because there's green in this collection. So I think some of these are upside down. So I just printed out, and when it started to get to blue, I replaced the ink because then I was out of red and yellow. So hurry up and send me replacements. HP it takes 10 days. Yeah, so these are the size. They're not quite long enough. So I don't know. Let's see. I'm just checking to see what's here. These are those other enlarged ones. So these measure 2.5, 2 5/8 ish by 4 1/4. Is that right? That seems like that should fit. Maybe I'll put one of these in here. These are slightly longer. So I'll tell you what I do. I'm going to cut this one out because I want to put that one on the cover. So let's just do that. And I did find my pink cheesecloth, so I have it here at the ready because I think I might want to put some of that behind this on the cover. Yeah, I do like that. All right, get my trash out of the way. Now, for that first tuck, I thought there was tabs, but maybe not. I was looking at a couple of different kits, well, probably several different kits yesterday. There's tags. They're not that big. Might be able to fit the envelopes. Let's look. Okay, let's measure this one again. So this is going to come up at, I want to stick my bone folder in there. Pretty sure that was 3 by 6, the mat. And so it may, that's 2 3/4 by 5. Yes. So I can put this one in the small one and that in the big one. So let's do that. That will be fun. And then I will put this on the cover. So let me cut these out real quick. I hope I am recording, because sometimes I say I'll be right back and I forget to hit record. So okay, so I've got these cut out and folded up, but I also I don't think this is actual cheesecloth. I think this is just, it was a table decoration at a church event, and they gave me the whole bag of them, so I took them, and they'll last me a lifetime. So they're kind of a rose pink, but I think it's okay because it kind of mimics that bottom pink, and I think it'll be fine. I'm not going to put much more on until later, until I figure out what exactly I want to do, but I am going to go ahead and glue this to the cheesecloth and glue that to the cover, and I'm going to call it cheesecloth because it doesn't tear like a regular fabric, so I think it's probably rayon or something, polyester or something, some kind of synthetic, I don't know. So we'll just put that on there. I kind of roughed it up the best I can. I've torn out a bunch of pages of this scrapbook kit, of this magazine that I got from scrapbook.com, and I am going to use it as a glue book. I tore out all the pages that I want, and the rest of them will make a lovely glue book. So that goes there, and I'm just going to stick that on there. I don't care if it hangs over, but see, it's very similar. It's kind of a pinkish gray. I think I'm going to use Fabri-Tac for this. Where's my Fabri-Tac? Just to make sure that everything kind of stays where we want it to. Wow. A lot bigger distribution. Okay. Now, I think I want to put this toward the top like that. I'm doing even on the sides, so a little over 1/8 of an inch reveal on each side, and then about 3/4 at the top and about 1 inch at the bottom. There we go. Yeah, I think that's going to look cool. Just some texture there, and maybe we'll put some of this cheesecloth on. Well, I think maybe what I'll do is put a pull tab, but we could put some, because I'm just thinking it might be fun to have some cheesecloth, but that might interfere with the pocket usage. Anyway, we'll leave that for right now, and I think I'm gonna see about getting these put together. Don't need to really ink inside. I think this is the bottom. Yes. So I want to ink this because I do like to have that. And this. awkward. All right, and then I'm going to glue it, and we'll do the old line down here. Let's see if I can do a line. Not bad. And line down here. It's easier for me if I'm holding it. Okay, so we will fold that. Use my bone folder, make sure everything's nice and flat. And then we'll glue the bottom piece up. Keeping in mind I don't want to go all the way to that score because the pocket is open down there. I want to make sure everything will slide in properly. I don't know what I'm going to stick in there at the moment, but I'm pretty sure that this will go in that back pocket, like so. And I'm thinking I might want to put a pull tab on that. So I'm going to leave it sticking out for the moment, and then we'll do the other one. And same thing here. I want to ink there, around here. Oh, I didn't ink the outside. Oh well. I can do that in a minute. There we go. Make sure it's nice and flat. So a little bit of glue coming forth. Let's get that out. And I probably should have inked those because they have white edges. But this part will be covered up. Like so. And I might want to put a piece of ephemera on there, a flower or something, but we don't have to do that right at this moment. I am going to ink around all sides. We did that one. So let's do, it's got a shadow on it. So not a lot of inking to be done. Alright, so we will put that one in here. Yeah, those turned, that was perfect for that. Excuse me. Okay, well, I am going to work on getting the rest of the ephemera cut out, and we'll be back with another video and see what else we can do to make this happen. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye now.